A lot of people who used to work abroad or live in a foreign land, once they moved to the Philippines or once they moved to the province, they couldn't stop comparing it. Hey fam, this is me again, Jo, and welcome back to another episode of Filipino Mindset. Before we start the video, I feel like I have to answer some of your questions. And the first question is from Michael. He said please. I cannot say no to please, not at this time. So he was asking, how's the family? The family in the Philippines is doing okay. Thanks for asking, Michael. And what did you do for the holidays in Finland? I had work during holidays, but I was invited over dinner. Alright, so this is a question from George. Have you been to the US before? I haven't, but would love to. So that's it. I hope I answered your question. So I've already made a video about the advantages of rural living. And now we're going to talk about the drawbacks living in the province. I come up with this idea of making this video because I often see a lot of people, especially in the internet, that one day they dream about living off grid in the province area once they have their retirement. And there's nothing wrong about that. But one thing I realized as a woman who was raised in the province and who lived in the city, when I was still studying and when I was working in Manila, and now as an expat in a foreign country, I realized that living in a rural areas is not for everyone. If you are someone who are used to the convenience of living in the city, then a sudden shift to living in the province might be a culture shock for you. And this is not only applicable for those people who are raised in the province and live long enough in the city. This is also applicable for those foreigners who are considering living or retiring in the Philippines one day. So the number one is restricted access to utilities. There's no perfect, but in terms of utilities and amenities, the city is way better than the province. If you live in the province, you could experience power interruptions. It could be worse, sometimes the whole day or the whole night. And not to mention when there is typhoon. It could last a month. Also, the access to equipment and electronics or other brands may not be available for you when you are in the province. So you have to go to the city, travel to the city to buy it. I used to have a friend who wanted to buy a computer, and my friend have to travel for hours just to buy the computer that she wants. Back when I was working in the Philippines, I had good access to good hospitals and good clinics paid for by my company. And it was a challenge for me when I moved to my province because those clinics and hospitals are not available there. So if you are someone who are used to good utilities, electricity, healthcare, good doctors, then you might have to think hard before you start moving. Next one is limited job opportunities. And this is the reason why there's a lot of provinciana and provinciano who are in Manila because they want to have a high-paying job. And as someone who worked in the city and stayed in the city for a relatively long time, I can say that I acquired a city mindset. And when I moved to the province to work remotely, I realized that people are more too relaxed and complacent. So in the province, the gossip culture is really big than in Manila. In Manila, I don't experience gossip because my neighbor doesn't know me. In the province, they know about everything. When someone just came back, the whole barangay knows. So I can say that I live a more private life in Manila. The status symbol in the province is having a big house and a car. While provinces of the Philippines offer a more relaxed and close-knit environment for those people who are used to the convenience of urban life, they come with a range of challenges. But the good news is slower pace, lower cost of living, and tight community bonds may outweigh disadvantages. So it really depends on where in the province someone lives and their personal circumstances. And that's it for today's video, fam. I'll see you again in the next one. Bye bye.